Welcome to the screencast of the Scala programming language. This screencast is the part 2 of the ongoing screencast on variables in the Scala language. Now, say you have been asked to write a computer program, a set of instructions that take two numbers and they make the computer swap those two numbers programmatically. So as in you have, say, if you have a number a, if you have a variable a that stores a value 5, you have a variable b that stores the value 3. Write some logic here such that if I ask the computer the value of the variable a after the logic, it should tell me that it's 3, and if I ask the computer the value of the variable b, it should tell me it is 5. So now in our previous screencast, we have learned how to create variables in Scala, where you write the keyword val, the name of the variable, say the age, and the value that you need to store in that variable. And there we go, we create the variable age that stores the value 30. Now if you remember, in the previous screencast we were purposefully making a conscious decision of asking this question to ourselves, is whether the variable that we are creating can take a different value or can store a different value at a later point in the program lifecycle or no. So even before creating the variable age, we asked ourselves that question, and then we created it using val age equal to 30. Now if we look at the problem at hand that we need to solve using the Scala programming language, there would be various ways of making the computer swap two numbers. All the ways are right, but one typical way that I would want to take over here would be to use a temporary variable. Okay, so that would help me explain you all one more concept of declaring variables in Scala. So even if you think it from a very logical perspective, if I need to write some logic here such that after I have written the logic, a will store the value 3, b will store the value 5, you can think of a temporary variable, say c, that stores, you could say, the value of a for temporary, so it stores 5. Then you can make a you can write one more instruction to make a store the value that b is storing, that is 3, and then you can write one more instruction where you can make b store the value that c is storing, so that is 5. And the temporary variable does help us in swapping the numbers in 3 steps. But one thing that you got to see over here, and which contradicts to the question that we have been asking ourselves whenever we create variables in Scala, is if you see this instruction over here, the variable a is getting a different value apart from the value that it got when the when we ran the program, when we wrote the first instruction. At this instruction, it is getting a different value. Same goes for the variable b. When you created the variable b over here, there is another instruction in the program, that is this instruction, where b is getting, or b is storing, a different value. Yes, if you see c, c is kind of that kind of variable that will just have a value given to it once. After that, in the entire program life cycle, the value that the variable c holds does not change. So what are we seeing is that the variable a is that kind of variable whose value is varying in the entire program lifecycle, and b is also that kind of variable whose value is varying in the entire program life cycle. So how do you create these kind of variables in Scala? Is you write the keyword var rather than a val. You write the keyword var indicating the value of this variable will keep on varying, can vary at a later point in the program life cycle. So you write the keyword var. The rest of the syntax is the same. The variable a, give it a value 5 as of now. You write the keyword var because b is also storing a value which can vary in the future. So you have the variable b which stores the value 3. Now if you see C, it's kind of a very constant value, as in once you give it a value, the value is not going to change. So we declare the variable C as val C, and what has been asked is that it should have the value that A is storing. So in programming we can definitely assign the value that a variable is storing to another variable by just referring that variable at the right hand side of the assignment instruction. So at the right hand side of the assignment instruction, I can refer the variable a. The value of the variable a will be copied in C. So I do this, and now the next instruction says that A should store the value of B. So which means B will now be at the right hand side of the instruction, where definitely I'm not creating a variable a, I'm referring the variable a. So I'll just write a rather than a var or val a equal to, it should store the value that B is storing. So I write B on the right hand side of the instruction set of the instruction, and that's a is equal to B. And the next instruction says that B should be storing the value that C is storing. So again, I have already created the variable B. I'm just going to refer the variable B, and I'm going to give it a value that C is storing. So B is equal to C. Now I ask my interpreter, what's A, what's B, what's A, what's B. So over here I just write A. The interpreter says 3. It was actually 5, so it got the value of B. And I asked the interpreter what's B. It got the value 5, which actually should have been 3, but indicates that the values of the variables A and B have been swapped. So the point over here is that yes, you can create variables in Scala using either the keyword var or using the keyword val. Now definitely there would be many functional programming purists who would be frowning upon this video and frowning upon the use of var over here, but it's just, since we are at the base of the language, I wanted to make sure that we understand what is a val and what is a var. So yes, going through it again is basically a val is a variable that cannot have a different value at a later point in the program lifecycle. A var is a variable that can have a different value at a later point in the program lifecycle. So you can even test it. Say I have a variable, say val x equal to 5. Now you try to do anything with that variable at a later point in the instruction set. You try to do anything with it. It is not going to allow you to give a different value to a val variable, or change the value of a val variable at a later point in the instruction set. You try incrementing, you try doing anything with it, it's not going to let you it's not going to allow you to assign a value to a val variable. So that's it for the screencast. I hope you enjoyed this screencast. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.